us now is a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, California Congressman Brad Sherman. Congressman, great to see you.
Good to be with you.
So today, Zelensky told CNN's Caitlin Collins that, quote, millions would be killed without U.S. aid. Are you hopeful that Congress can get some sort of deal to help provide this critical military support to Ukraine?
Well, Ukrainians have already died because we didn't provide this aid months ago as we should have. They've already lost a strategic village. And I think that it's up to Speaker Johnson to put this bill on the floor. It'll pass by a strong vote, and he needs to do that so that the aid flows in March. If he doesn't, eventually Republicans will get tired of that obstructionism, will join Democrats in a discharge petition, but that's a very bulky way to try to pass a bill. It's only happened once in my 28 years in Congress, and I suspect that we'll be getting the aid to Ukraine in April, unless Speaker Johnson is willing to relent in March.
Well, time indeed is of the essence. What is your message to Republican colleagues who are reticent about any more aid to Ukraine?
It is so much better for wars to be fought by other people on their territory without the cost and the loss of American lives that comes when American troops are deployed. Here you have Ukraine that is serving as a bulwark between Russia and NATO countries that we are obligated to defend, notwithstanding what Trump may have said. And their success in defending their own countries is just critical to us. And they can't do it. They haven't been able to do it this last month because we have not provided the artillery shells and other assistance.
Do you think Congress is ready to accept responsibility if Ukraine ultimately falls to Russia?
No politician will accept responsibility for the harm that they do. But of course, they should. And while they may not accept the responsibility, I think you and the press will put it there. This is a bill that's not only critical to Ukraine, it's critical to Israel, it's critical to Taiwan, it's critical to humanitarian needs, not just in Gaza and Ukraine, but also in Ethiopia and Tigray and Armenia. This is a bill that we need to pass.
All right, let's zero in on Israel. The White House saying there is a framework for a deal to bring Israeli hostages home from Gaza, which would include a temporary ceasefire. Do you think it's viable? Do you see this happening?
No deal is a deal until all the elements are established. Well, one of those elements will have to be, is it all the hostages that are released or just some? And the Hamas will insist upon the release of certain prisoners that have been arrested in Israel. Will this be the release of convicted murderers or the release of less sensitive prisoners? Until we know that, we won't know whether there's a deal. But obviously, we all want to see the hostages released, and a humanitarian pause, particularly one that covers Ramadan, would be helpful in reducing world tensions, providing aid, and providing a system for Hamas to be pushed out of Gaza, which I think is a necessity.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said today that, end to the major military campaign underway in Gaza is weeks, not months away. And our reporter there in Tel Aviv also said that a ground offensive in southern Gaza seems like it may happen, and that impacts some 1.5 million Palestinians. What are your concerns about this threat of a ground offensive?
I think it's clear that the ground offensive would be put on hold if this hostage deal is created, and a period of time to get the aid into Gaza, and a period of time for Israel, if it does go into southern Gaza, to make sure they do it right, to plan it well, to minimize civilian casualties, and again, suspending fighting during Ramadan. That whole package is one that I think is very attractive.
Congressman Brad Sherman, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.